Welcome back to Whitney Alex Works recaps of Bachelor Nation content. This time I'm recapping The Bachelors Australia Season 11, Episodes 11 and 12, the finale. Alright, let's get started. The three Aussie Bachelors are down to their final women, and decision day is almost upon them. But before they narrow down their relationships, it's time to meet the families. We first see Bachelor Ben meet up with his two brothers as he tells them about his journey and his final two women, McKenna and Angela. The format of meeting the families is bizarre at best and maybe a little bit lazy, meaning that Ben is about to meet his final two women's families at the same time. It's awkward to say the least, as Ben is first introduced to McKenna's family. Her mother and cousin are there to support her and meet Ben. At first it's going well, but then Angela comes in with her friend, and again it gets unconventional as Ben starts talking about both of his relationships in front of not only the other woman, but their family and friends. McKenna's mother asks Ben about his relationship with her daughter, and Ben admits that he has had the deepest conversation with McKenna, which was said right in front of Angela, which makes her rightly upset. Angela's friend Funda pulls Ben and questions him on what he said about McKenna right in front of Angela, and while Ben tries to explain himself, Funda says that she sees red flags with Ben. We switch over to Bachelor Luke's storyline. His final two women are Lana and Ellie, and just like Ben's experience, Luke is about to meet both of their families at once. Luke brings his mother Leanne and his cousin to the greeting, which helps balance out the awkwardness. Lana brings her sister and her husband, who are worried about Lana's relationship with Luke based on the age difference and his former profession playing in the National Rugby League. But Luke handles himself with grace as he does admit to Lana's sister Lena that he did have a dark period of partying, but he has grown and has matured since his time as a professional athlete. Luke also talks to Ellie's father Tony about their relationship, and Tony advocates for his daughter's feelings as he tells Luke that Ellie has real feelings for him and doesn't want to see her hurt. Meanwhile, Luke's mother Leanne talked to both women, and at the end of the family meeting, she tells Luke that she likes both women, and this makes Luke even more confused as he says his head is like scrambled eggs. Lastly, we have Bachelor Wes and his final pick Brea, who has a family meeting where he brings his stepmother named Baby to meet Brea, as well as her mother and sister, and things get tense quickly. Without too much judgment, the issue is Wes's conservative viewpoints clashing with Brea wanting to have a modern relationship. Brea is upset because she feels like she is making all the sacrifices to be in this relationship with Wes, and he is making none. Brea's sister speaks up on Brea's behalf, asking about why Brea would go to visit him only to go stay at an Airbnb. But Wes stays pretty silent to these questions as his stepmother Baby explains that because of their religion, they should stay in separate rooms. Brea has concerns about that because it would mess with her ability to have a modern relationship, which is what she desires. And really, there are some major cultural differences here that are not making this relationship an easy one to have. The back and forth gets pretty intense as Brea eventually walks away as she is realizing that maybe this isn't going to work in the real world. The situation gets even more tense as Baby talks to Brea about religion and says some controversial things like Wes has, quote, lowered his moral standards to be on the show, as many of the women she views on the show are not worth her stepson's time. Without judgment, this statement felt like a stab to Brea's heart as she is realizing that this relationship is just not going to work based on the cultural differences and what they both want out of a relationship. Well, this is it. The last episode where all three bachelors are coming to the end of their journeys. Each bachelor meets up with host Osher Gunsberg to talk about the final women, and of course, Brea is Wes's final pick. The tension is rising as each bachelor is going to have to face difficult decisions and hurt feelings along the way. But again, this is it. Let's see who captured each Aussie bachelor's heart and where they stand after decision day. We begin begin with Luke's final decision. The first woman to show up is Ellie, and usually the first woman to come to the finale loses. But we already have a twist where Luke opens up about his true feelings and tells Ellie that she is his final pick. He tells her that he is in love with her and they share a romantic and emotional kiss. But now Luke must tell Lana that his heart belongs to someone else. Luke then meets up with Lana and tells her that he has chosen another, and it's really heartbreaking as Lana was genuine and admits she is sad, but she thanks Luke and they realize what they had was real and true. So the update on Luke and Ellie is, as of March 2024, these two lovebirds are still together, which is very exciting for Bachelor Nation. Ellie and Luke even got matching tattoos and they seem to be very serious about each other. So excited for them and hope to see them continue to be happily in love. Now let's take a look at what happened with Wes and his final pick, Brea. It's no surprise these two might have a difficult road in front of them based on cultural differences and what they expect out of a relationship. Brea arrives wearing an orange dress and Wes tells Brea that he knows that they have a lot going against them, but he does want her and wants to at least try to start a relationship, even asking her if she would be his girlfriend. Brea then answers by explaining her side of things, saying that she has envisioned a future with Wes, but she cannot accept a relationship with him based on how she would have to compromise a lot of herself to be in this relationship. So essentially, Brea can't accept Wes's feelings based on how they would disagree on how they want to live their lives, and divine intervention even appears to be against these two as a gust of wind comes and knocks over the statues around them, which is not a good sign. So the verdict is in. Wes picked Brea, but Brea self-eliminated and they went their separate ways for good. The only update I could find was about Brea, and she updated her relationship status after the show and said that she, quote, ended up finding love with the Queensland Cowboys soon after the show ended. Lastly, Bachelor Ben has to choose between his final two women, Angela or McKenna. First to meet with Ben is Angela, but the show throws another twist as it seems like Ben is going to pick Angela, but then he ends up breaking things off with her, saying that his heart is with someone else. Angela is shocked considering she really thought it was going to be her, and she's not wrong considering Ben had only one date with McKenna and only shared romantic moments with her toward the end of the show. But despite the odds, Ben has chosen McKenna and tells her that she is the one and believes that they can build what they have and tells her that he is falling for her. So with some updates, are Ben and McKenna still together after the show? The short answer is no. They broke up as Ben cited, quote, in the end, the distance was difficult. We both had extended commitments overseas in different time zones, which was challenging, unquote. So there you have it. One successful love story has come out of season 11 of The Bachelors Australia. And with another season finished, here's to hoping that the franchise makes either The Bachelorettes or even have another season of BIP Australia in the near future, because they definitely have plenty of contestants to choose from. Well, here's to hoping. And that's it for The Bachelors Australia season 11 episodes 11 and 12. Thank you for watching Whitney Alex Works recaps. If you enjoyed this season of recaps, please like and subscribe here for more Australian Bachelor Nation content in the future. Take care and thank you for listening.